connection slut. Oh, I'm feeling angry about the fact that I get to do my dream job. Hi.
I love your stuff online.
Thanks. I paid her to do that. She's a paid actor.
Movies are real.
Horror movies are based on women's experiences dating men.
That like you do everything. You ideate, you're in it, you write it, you edit it. What of the things that you do are your favorite things to do?
Ooh, I like that question.
Yeah.
My favorite thing right now is my podcast, Boy Problems. You know, I've done podcasts before, but this was the first time that it was all up to me, baby. I mean, I thought I was a one-woman band, and then I started a podcast.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, there's way more sweat involved and way more mistakes. No, I had to basically teach myself how to do a 3-camera setup and did it inside my own bedroom, right? Because that's what you do.
That's what you do.
When you have no budget, you know? And in the end, I think that it made the show so much better, honestly. I mean, my preference with any kind of thing that I'm doing, like I really do it to connect. I'm a connection slut. I want to connect. And so I love the idea that it felt like I was on the same level with the audience as opposed to like, I'm in this cool studio and I'm cool, whatever. It's like, no, we're in bed, we're hanging out, this is a slumber party. And I feel like it's been reflected in just the audience and the way that they respond and that they're part of the show because it's, you know, it's called Boy Problems, so we answer boy questions from the internet. And so people are asking really intimate, beautiful questions, you know, which is what makes the show so good.
You are literally inviting people into your bedroom,
Right.
but you also are so good at just like inviting people into like your life. Like most of the episodes are like you're interviewing people and that's great. But like also like I think my favorite episodes are where you're just like, you know what? This just happened. I've been thinking about this, and like, can I just like be real with you guys for a second?
Yeah.
Like those are my favorites, and I guess it's like,
yeah.
what is your take on like authenticity and how important it is in like content creation?
Before we jump in, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but the sun, as soon as we started,
Starting to-
hitting you guys like really intensely.
We're shifting.
We're
shifting. Reframe that.
Mucho batero.
If you're trying to be authentic, you're
already
you're
lost.
not, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I get it. It's, you know, there's cameras, there's people looking at you, and so, you know, the whole like influencer voice, you know, is a new sort of product. I don't think we knew what that was even like 10 years ago when, I don't know, I started making videos. And so yeah, there's a way to speak. There's a way to even like eat food in a certain way. And like, you know, do you know that about this?
No.
The influencer, like you eat like this with your little hand like this. And then like, I don't even know if I can do it. It's like,
It makes me so uncomfortable.
It makes
I don't
me
know how to feel about
too.
it.
Obviously, being an influencer is not, I don't know, the top job that, you know, dream job that I think, you know, a lot of young people grow up wanting to do. That wasn't my dream job. That didn't exist, right? And so it was so easy to be authentic, I guess, earlier because there was no model. And now there's so many models and there's so much influencer culture and there's so many people that you can imitate and you know, use as role models. And I think role models are great, but be you, right? Like, don't try and be someone else, which has always been, you know, I think the best advice no matter what career you're doing. I weirdly feel like even in the last few months that there's been this, Adam Faze said this, who's a great producer. He did Subway Takes and Kareem's Keep the Meter Running and many other successful digital shows. And he says every guy thinks that he's gonna get rich off of online betting. Like one bet is gonna make him rich. And every woman thinks that she's one Instagram video or TikTok from being famous. And I think that captures it, you know, and not to make it gendered. I think there are a lot of men who also think that.
Sure.
But I think that there's this idea that being an influencer or being a creator is like you can win the lottery. It's like any industry. It's like writing books, right? Most people who write books are not making money. There's that top 1% that are making a lot of money. And so I think that there's a lot more, not people who are, they're not scammers. I think they are trying on the costume of being a creator and trying on the costume of being an influencer and expecting ththose kinds of results. And then I think, you know, saddened by the fact that it doesn't always work. Most of the time it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's so fast. I love that concept of they're trying on the costume of being a creator because it's like if you're trying to be a content creator or an influencer to essentially win the lottery.
Right.
To me, making the stuff and the fun of making the stuff is the lottery. And so like the whole concept of well, I'm one video away from like making it or popping off or whatever. It's like well, it's never that easy. And then it's like, well, what are you gonna do once you get there?
Yeah.
Like is it just like cool? I'm at the top of the mountain. Peace.
people, would say like, well, I want to become a journalist, or I want to become, do online content, and how do I do it? It's like, find what you're passionate about. Right. And what you just said is so true, right? Like, winning the lottery is getting to do something that's really interesting to you. And I know that even like I need to remind myself of that. Like, I will have something pop off and be like, oh, okay, well now I have to just do that. And it's like, no, that's not fun for me. And so that means that's not fun for the audience, right? Like, the podcast has been the most amazing thing I've ever done, and the most frustrating thing, because so many people have podcasts now. It's harder to make money. It's also, now podcasts are not what it was like even 5 years ago. It's not a podcast, it's a TV show, right? It's a 3-camera setup, a 2 audio mic. I mean, you're managing a lot, and it costs a lot to make. Even if you're doing it all yourself, that's a lot of labor. And so it's been harder to like monetize. And I'm sensing that I'm like having a little bit of resentment, or I'm trying to do things to make it pop off instead of doing things that are like I find interesting or that I find really fun. And as soon as I can sense that, I need to like recalibrate.
And how do you find that balance?
Someone said this to me about like writing a book, right? They were like, I was like, oh, I don't know what I should write about, or like, whatever you decide to write about, it is something that you are willing to think about and hopefully write about every single day, right? So I think the same thing applies, even again with the podcast. When people are like, oh, I want to launch a podcast, how should I do it? Do you want to do it do you want to do it every day? Because you're going to have to do it every day, right? And so I don't even remember what your question was. What was your question?
Oh, how do you find a balance between like doing it for the love of the game and being authentic, and like also supporting yourself?
Totally. I think it's both a curse and a blessing to do what you love. Yeah. To get paid to do what you love is the dream, and it can also turn into a nightmare, because then the thing that you love, you have to like monetize essentially. And some people don't. Some people just, again, hit the jackpot, that top 1% who just happen to do the thing that they love, and it just worked. And like, they get brand deals, or they get, a certain amount of backing. But I have found it really hard. And honestly, I've had like some of my peers and also like mentors like intervene recently, where they were like, you can't be bleeding yourself dry, trying to make the things that you care about. It was like a sad pivot for me. I would say like when I worked in media, I always had a salary, right? And so when I left Vox in 2020 and really started committing to the bit, it was like, oh wow, I can't just do things that are interesting, like, or that I'm passionate about. Right. Like, I have to also think about how to make money with it. And like, it is like a little heartbreaking, it's a little heartbreaking. And then you go, oh man, like, this could have just been a hobby that I do but again, like, is that better for me to have a job doing something I don't care about, and then getting to do the things I care about on the side? Right. I still think I feel like I did win the lottery, and I get to do something that I love, but it does come with like, okay, well, you have to monetize it. It's not glamorous.
It's a mind.
Because it's good and bad.
It is. It is. Because it's initially you're like I'm doing what I love to do, and this is amazing, and then it turns on you,
and then I have to remember it. And this is something I have Chessie, an amazing producer who helps me out with a lot of things, and I will say this where like we'll get frustrated or something will happen, there'll be mistakes, and I'll be like, she'll be like, okay, we can just do, and I'll be like, no, we're not having fun. And having fun is the whole point. Like if we're not having fun, then not that every decision should be motivated by like, let's have more fun, but it should, because again, doing what you love and getting paid to do it, the whole point of that is for it to be fun. And so as soon as it doesn't start being fun, again, for me, it's just a moment to be like, oh, I'm feeling angry about the fact that I get to do my dream job. Let's take a few steps back. Like, how can I actually make this enjoyable, for myself? And it's for me, it's just always like a little moment of like intervention and being like, oh, poor me. I get to pay my bills with the thing that I'm super passionate about. I get to have a job after doing a women's studies degree. Like what? So it's a way to call yourself out sometimes. And again, take a break. Like take some, you're just burnt out. You're not like,
with everything that you do, and with just the level of output that you have, the fact that you're still able to sort of like have such a healthy mindset about it is amazing.
It took me a minute. And that's why I don't know, I was just talking to a younger, now I'm not even 40 yet, but I say I'm 40 because I'm like excited about it. I was talking to someone who I was interviewing, and she's so talented. She's like 26, like she's so young and incredible. And I was like, make sure your manager's working for you. Make sure your agent is like, I'm telling her the things that I wish I would have done differently. And one thing I really regret is not having more fun,
Right.
Because I look back at the things I did and I'm like, oh my God, that was so fun. But then I'm like, oh, I was actually like miserable, or not having fun, or focused on what was wrong, or again, just like being a little bit my worst like enemy, like being very like perfectionist and like focusing on what I didn't have or what I didn't. So I think gratitude is a really, important part of it. It's like you'll watch Jake Shane on Jay Shetty. I was just watching it, and he's just like, oh, I'm feeling bad about this, and I'm like, you're Jake Shane, man, like. You're just like you're there, and he still has insecurities. He has days, and yeah, I'm just like, that's the advice. Like, even whoever creator you're like looking up to, that you think once I get to that level, everything will be great. It won't. There's no perfect thing, and I think that's a little bit the one TikTok will make me go famous, and then my whole life will be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how a lot of the people who that literally happened to, I don't know if that's how they even feel.
No.
Yeah.
No, because at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, no matter how much success you have, you still have to like face yourself every day.
Yeah.
And like there is no silver bullet to that stress and anxiety and all that stuff that you have to deal with day to day.
And the kind of person that hustles and that is, entrepreneurial, to do things on their own and to launch things out of nowhere, they tend to have a certain personality, right? And so like, I have a tendency to overemphasize things that I've done wrong, because my brain is trying to help me. My brain's trying to be like, well, we can do it better next time. And so it is actually even more important to have a certain kind of, whether it's, I don't know, meditate, man, just like, or go out and smoke weed, whatever works for you, like to have a little bit of a way to catch yourself, because I think it will happen. If you're a hardworking person and you've, built anything.
Well, what's up?
Well, that sun is really baking you.
Baking me? We're running away from the sun. How do you differentiate your online content, your man on the street content versus like the stuff you do for your podcast?
Oh yeah, I love that. When I do man on the streets, it's like I have a little bit of a brain that wants to do experiments all the time, and so usually when I take it out to the streets, it's because I want to I really do want to hear what people feel and what people are thinking. Like last year, I did this video where I had a sneaking suspicion that if you ask men versus asking women, what's the worst date that you've been on, men would have sort of trouble even sort of finding one. Like that most dates that men go on, not all of them, but there's not as much risk, there's not a safety gap. And so even if you're on a bad date, it's maybe not on par with the worst day that a woman has been on. And so I went actually here in Washington Square Park, my favorite place, and I literally just went up to strangers. A lot of people aren't doing man on the streets with strangers anymore, but it takes more time and the edit is longer, and I totally love cutting down that production cost. But to me, there is something so beautiful and magical about it's documentary. It's a documentary. You're going out and you have no idea who you're going to talk to. You have no idea what they're going to say to you. Hi.
I love your stuff online.
Thanks. You're so sweet. Oh my God. I paid her. I paid her to do that. She's a paid actor. It's magic to me. It's really magic. And so I did go up to women. I went up to men, and sure enough, the men were kind of a man. The first guy I asked was like, "Oh, she didn't laugh at my jokes," or I swear it was that quote. Like, men are afraid that women are gonna laugh at them, and women are afraid that men are gonna kill them. And it's exactly what I found. I asked this woman, "What's the worst day you've been on?" And this the video says it all.
When I walked in, he was in his underpants and a full monkey mask, holding a gun.
Are you joking?
No.
This woman, and I just never met this woman in my life. I literally just went up to her.
Horror movies are real.
Horror movies are based on women's experiences dating men. With the podcast, I think, obviously I love interviewing people. We've interviewed Zoran Mamdani and Trudeau, Hannah Burner, Mary Beth Barone. Just my faves. And those are super fun. This was my hope with the podcast. I wanted it to feel like a voice note from your best friend, and I know that you might not know what that means because you're a man.
I don't.
And men don't send.
I am a man.
The amount of men I've taught how to send a voice note, they don't even know how to do it, and I'm like, all I do is listen to 20-minute voice notes from my friends. You know, it's just this happened, and then what the and then I was and then you make a joke and then something else happens. It's just cinematic. It's amazing. It's deep. It's confessional. I had an episode where I talked about having an eating disorder, something I never sort of had talked about, but it felt like I was lying. This is how I know when I feel like I'm lying if I don't bring it up. I have a new boyfriend, so I have to bring it up to every person I talk to. And I felt nervous about because I've been single for a long time and I don't trust men. You guys are really psychos. It's just the amount of times I thought it was great and I was just being love bombed or whatever.
Yeah.
He had like a secret wife. Like, I didn't even tell my friends. You know, I didn't tell my family, but I was like, I have to tell my podcast listeners. And so at my live show, I was like, I hard launched him because he gave me a UTI, so I had to talk about it. He hasn't even met my friends yet, and my urinary tract was like, should we make this official? And my friends were in the audience being like, wait, what? Like, you have a boyfriend, you know? And so they were a little mad, but sometimes I literally feel like I'm lying if I don't talk about certain things.
I love that you have such a deep, strong relationship with your audience, more so than like
my own family.
Your own family,
It's like,
friends.
But again, it's my best friend.
Yeah.
It's my voice. It's like, she has to know.
That's another element of like why you come across so authentic, and why I feel like your relationship with your fan base, like you know, is so like is stronger than most, I think. And also, I think my favorite thing about your approach to making content is that you use this art form of content creation as a way to like truly explore things and experiment things that you're trying to figure out, as opposed to approaching it from a place of like this product is going to resonate with the most amount of people online. That I think is like the stroke of like someone who's an artist at content as a content creator and influencer versus someone who's just one of those things.
That's really sweet. That's no one has ever put it that way.
Really?
It's really sweet of you to say.
Yeah, sure.
I love that. And I don't even blame people who are trying to be an influencer, right? And I guess that's the advice of just like, don't try and be an influencer, right? Like, just be you. What's interesting to you. I mean, that was my whole journey. I'm not even American, man. I didn't even have a visa to work here. Like, I came here, I had an internship, I really liked feminism and I was really interested in it. And I just started like really just writing about it, making videos about it. Had no intention of that turning into an entire career. Like, I created content around something that I really had questions about. I mean, it's a little bit what you said, like, I am processing it. And for me, like, that's why we hang out with friends. That's why we get dinner, right? And you're like, okay, this happened. And then like, I think this is what it means, but like, am I being a bitch? Or like, is that like, and to me, that is the process of writing for me. Even when I'm writing something, which you would think, oh, there's no one saying anything back, like the comments and, you know, I think AOC did it, or someone said that about AOC, of like, you use social media not to talk, to listen. It's just like fascinating. Like, the internet is this like huge social experiment where you can just pull a whole bunch of people that you would have never been able to talk to or even been in contact with physically, because they're all over the world. But my boyfriend said this earlier. He was like, you're like the Jane Goodall of people. Like, you're just like into people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's an anthropological study.
Yeah.
Which I know is what you've said about reality television.
It is. The internet is anthropology. Yeah. Right? Like
100%.
Yeah. And it's anthropology in the sense that there are dark corners of it. There's like horrible things happening on the internet. And there's a lot of people who are using it for, you know, bad. And like, so what a great time to be a good person on the internet, you know? What a good time. It's become really hard. Like anyone who is doing creator work, like, is the hardest working person. Like, it is a really genuinely impressive thing to do, because there's a lot of places to be all at once. And if you have ADHD, you're perfectly suited for this career.
Thank God.
You know, it's
validation
like finally
for my
a way to channel your inability to stay still, you know? Like,
impossible.
Yeah.
Are there any kids out there that are doing good stuff that
so
people
many.
might not know about?
Oh my God, my friend Zeta, like, we were just talking. That's who I was like cornering her and being like, oh my God, you're literally gonna be hosting Weekend Update. Her handle is Apple Seydour. She's so funny. She cracks me up.
You're not my type.
Love
so
it.
funny. I fucking love her.
Every day there's more and more people.
Yeah, and that's what's so fun. There's so much opportunity, so much talent. And I am like, I feel like an elder now, and it's really nice actually. Like, where I'm like, I'm not gonna compete with, like, I'm hoping we can retire at one point, and I can just like and reshare everything that the youngsters are doing. And
that's winning the lottery, is being able to retire on this stuff.
I know. Still pending.